Yo, what is happening? My name is Afton and welcome to the second episode of the Steam series. In this series, we're trying to build a steampunk empire in Lumber Tycoon 2. In the last episode, we got the second best sawmill and a pretty dope sawmill system for getting icewood. We got 2 long trucks and 100,000 lumber bucks in preparation for this episode because the Halloween items are out, but not for much longer, and we need to stock up on them. In fact, it is literally just about to switch over to the End Times event. So we're also going to be getting a bunch of End Times axes because the End Times event is the only day you can get those. Stocking up on these items right now is going to allow us to get pretty rich because we'll be able to resell them to other players later and make a massive profit. It's also going to be nice to have a bunch of End Times axes because the End Times axe is the only axe that can cut phantom wood. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so it is now the End Times event. As you guys can see, everything is all apocalyptic. Basically what that means is that if we go get some Rookery axes, they won't actually be Rookery axes, they will be End Times axes for this day only. So, in order to get Rookery axes, we're gonna need 3 items. Actually, 4, but we don't talk about dynamite. We're gonna need a bag of sand. And I think we're gonna go for 5 End Times axes. So I'm gonna get 5 bags of sand, 5 light bulbs, 5 cans of worms, and a couple sticks of dynamite. We're gonna take those over to the boulders behind Wood R Us, and we're gonna go to the taiga biome. So let's take one of these sticks of dynamite and detonate it in the rocks. Boom! And now we're gonna head on over to the den. If you don't know where the den is, you basically go from the entrance straight right. And over here there's this rock and you just wanna go look on the back side of it right here. Let's turn on our lights and see if we can see it. Yep, there is an eagle right there. And right under the eagle there is a hatch that you can open, but it's hidden. So let's get all of these items down in there. And now we just have to put the right items on the right plate. We could have actually done this the cheaper way with just 2 sandbags, but you know what? Too late now. And we got the light bulb, the sand, and the can of worms, and we should be getting an End Times axe. So that is number 1. It'll just fly around for a little bit. So, and now all those items have disappeared. We just gotta do that 4 more times. There we go, we've got 5 End Times axes. Good thing we got a bunch of these the only day that we can out of the year because we can resell these, but I have a feeling they might come in handy later on just to use. Now we're gonna head back to the base with our freshly obtained End Times axes. So let's get all of these into Jab's truckload. And we're just gonna put these on Jab's base, and something cool about these End Times axes is that you can actually wear them on your back. We just released this End Times axe UGC. You can pick it up from my merch store, link in the description. Now the other thing that we gotta do to take full advantage of the event is to go hunt for spook trees, because Spook and Sinister are pretty much spawning in every server right now, so we gotta go look for some. After today, they're not gonna be spawning for the rest of the year until next October, so we definitely wanna take advantage of the event. But for that, I think we're going to want a bit of a faster vehicle. Right now is a good time to go get the Utility Vehicle XL. I wouldn't normally buy this early on, but it's really gonna help for hunting for spook trees on the End Times event specifically, so we're just gonna get one. It's 5,000 lumber bucks, which is a bit steep for just a little bit of extra speed, but yeah, I think it's gonna be worth it in the long term since this is the only time we can get spook trees. Jab's gonna go ahead and place that down. Unfortunately, it wasn't pink this time, so we're just gonna go hunt in public servers because we don't want to have to wait for the interval in this private server. So I'm gonna head on over to a public server. All right, we've made it to a public server. I'm gonna load up. And I'm thinking just to make things go faster, me and Jab are going to hunt separately so we can cover more ground. I'm gonna go hunt over here in the taiga biome. I'm gonna hunt in my long truck. Jab's hunting in the utility vehicle XL, which is gonna allow him to cover a little bit more ground. Alright, yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything up here. So far, the rest of the map has turned up pretty much no results, so we're gonna go check the tropics now. Okay, so we pretty much made it, except it is now nighttime, so we're gonna have a pretty hard time trying to see anything over here. I don't know if it was really worth it at this point to go check the tropics, but we're here, so we might as well. I don't see much. It's really hard to see, honestly. The end times event at night is just so foggy. Alright, so there's very few places that we haven't checked at this point, but I don't know if it's really worth trying to go up and check them because they're really hard to get to, so we're just going to switch servers. Alright, we've made it to a new server, and I think I'm going to lend Jab a little bit of money because we just had to leave our trucks at the tropics, so now we need to respawn them. So I'm gonna give Jab like 4,000. We want to save a lot of money for stocking up. But yeah, we've got a fresh new server. Let's go check all of the biomes. Checking the taiga again. Jab is checking the volcano and I guess all of the surrounding areas. Seems like once again the taiga and the taiga peak have yielded no result. Jab just said that he found a spook tree. I'm gonna go head over to him. So Jab found this in the swamp. So I gotta go up the volcano. Then once we got up to the volcano, we gotta go down. We're gonna fall down here and just going to lower the gold bridge now. Now we're gonna make our way over to the swamp. Let's go through the tunnel. All right, we have made it to the swamp. Jab says there should be a spook tree up here. Let's see, where is it? Oh, I see Jab up there. Oh, yep, I see a little something up there as well. All right, cool. Let's do a little bit of wall climbing. Grab this piece of gold wood, and I'm gonna use it to climb up. All right, we've made it up to the first ledge. Yeah, I see Jab up there. We've got a decently sized spook tree. Every little bit counts. At least it's not a sapling. All right, we have made it up to the tree. So let's go chop it up and get it back to the base. Well, there could be multiple spook trees in one server, so we're gonna go search the safari biome next. It's really hard to see in this server though because it's night. Alright, it doesn't look like there's anything in the safari. So let's get our first spook tree back to the base. That is the first spook of the Steam series. Definitely not gonna be enough for all the builds we're probably gonna build. I think that's gonna be all for this server, so we're gonna swap. All right, we are in a new server. Once again, we're gonna go in the taiga biome and oh. It sounds like Jab just found a spook tree, actually. I'm gonna go over to him. Why does Jab keep finding them? Found it over in the birch area. Oh, I think I see Jab. That's actually a pretty good spot. Nice and easy to find, and dude, that thing is, wait, where is, oh, there it is. I thought your wheel was the spook tree. Still, very tiny piece of spook. I'm gonna take this thing back to the base and we're gonna go sawmill this. Jeb's just gonna continue hunting the rest of that area up there. And I'm also going to look around the taiga biome, but I think since we already found a spook tree, we're less likely to find anything else. All right, that is spook number 2. Let's add another piece of spook wood to our collection. It's ever growing, very slowly though. Okay, I'm gonna continue looking in the taiga biome. See if there's anything in here. I have my doubts though. Alright, nothing in the taiga peak area. Just gonna quickly check this area since we're over here. Alright, I've made it just about as far as I can with my truck and I'm not seeing anything, so probably time to server hop. Alright, once again, we're going to the taiga biome, and yeah, the rocks are down. I don't think I've been in a server where I've had to blow them up today. It's kind of crazy. Guess everyone's getting end times axes or something? I don't know. Nothing here as always. Alright, another server checked and no result. Next. Okay, we've made it to a new server. Will we get lucky with a large spook tree? We shall see. And once again, the boulders, they are not down. This is just so nice. Nothing up here as always. I'm actually gonna go this way. This way's actually kind of cool because you get a pretty good view of some of the rocks over here. Can get a good view of all the silhouettes. And if you go around this way, you can loop right back over to the mainland, which is super convenient. And you even get a nice view of the backside of all these rocks. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there was any spook trees there. Not really worth going and checking the tropics biome. Alright, there wasn't much in this server. I'm gonna swap. Sounds like Jab just found a spook tree. He already moved on from this server, and so he found one pretty close to spawn, I assume. Oh, there it is, under the truck. Yeah, it's literally right there. Looks like it was claimed by this guy, though. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess it's too tiny to really worry about anyways, so I guess we're just gonna swap servers. Okay, a fresh new server, and it looks like I'm not super lucky this time, because there are boulders in the way, but not much. I might actually be able to get them to despawn if I rotate my car into them. Come on, come on. Oh, that one moved a little bit. I think it might despawn here in a second. We can hope, we can hope. Oh, there we go. I got it, I got it, I got it. Perfect. Okay, now I can go ahead and search. That looks like a dead piece of this tree, actually. Unfortunate. I thought for a second, there's really never gonna be anything up on the Taiga Peak, huh? Kinda crazy. Alright, I'm gonna take my special little path over to the mainland again. See if we can spot anything. Uh-oh. I think I just got stuck. The only way I can really... Oop, that was actually more successful than I thought it would be. Okay, nope, never mind. Alright, I'm gonna swap servers before I die. We're probably losing a lot of money the amount of times I have to respawn this truck. Oh, we've got someone on an ATV. They're gonna go faster than me. They're gonna steal my spook tree. No. Okay, I don't know if there's a spook tree in this server. There probably isn't, but I'll go the other way. Hopefully there's nothing over there for him to steal. Oh, they just said you can have the taiga. I'm gonna go to the tropics. Oh, thank you. Oh, there was already one in swamp. Okay, yeah. We might have to swap servers then. Oh no, it had elder branches. Bro. Dang, we just missed a pretty big spook, I would imagine. That sucks. Well, if there was already a spook tree in this server, we might as well just swap. Oh, he says it's already cut, just sitting at the swamp if you need it. Ooh, wait, there's actually a tree right here that we could just steal. Ooh, I'll take that. All right, I'm just gonna go sawmill this little piece that we got. I know we didn't really find it ourselves, but you know what? I'll take anything I can get right now. Add that to our collection. All right, let's make our way up to the swamp and see if we can get this massive spook tree. Actually, I don't know if it's massive. I do know that it has elder branches though, which means it's gotta be fairly large. Ooh, oh, no. Alright, I might have to go get a new truck. There was already boulders going down. What do you want from me, okay? Alright, I'm just gonna reset, get my truck back, and we need to go retrieve our axe because we had to reset. Alright, we finally made it back up. Let's grab our axe. Now let's go make our way up to the swamp. Oh, what? The gold bridge was already down. I didn't even have to deal with any of that. Ah, you're kidding. Okay, I'm gonna make my way over there. Alright, let's just go across the gold bridge now. Why did it take me so long to get over here? Okay, I've made it over to the swamp finally, and it looks like Jab and Top Tyler have already made it up here. We've got quite the sizable tree over here. That is not too bad. That'll definitely be pretty good for our collection. Bigger than anything we could find so far. Alright, let's get this thing back to the base. Ooh, I can't wait. Do we trust Jab's driving to get this tree safely back to the base? That's one way to do it. Yay, I can't wait to get this thing sawmilled. Let's chop this thing up. Jeez, this tree absolutely dwarfs what we found before. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be more than enough to fill up this entire truck. Wow, our collection is growing so rapidly now. And with that, it's time to head to the next server. Okay, we've made it to a new Oh! Found one! I was gonna say we made it to a new server. We just found a new spook tree, yay! Right there. Okay. Looks like that one is near the Tiger Rock slide. So let's get up to it. And it sounds like Jab actually also found one, although it is pretty small. I think he's gonna come over to me, and that'll give the tiny one a little bit more time to grow. Alright, Jab's here, so we're gonna do the jumpy glitch to get up to it. Okay, you caught me. It's not actually called the jumpy glitch. It's like the frog jump glitch. I'll just leave a link in the description to a tutorial in case you don't know how we're doing this. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and chop this and get it back to the base. Oh yeah. Oh, shoot, I just fell. Can you get that down, Jab? Thanks. Alright, let's get this sawmilled. Is it gonna go in one go? Oh, yep. Awesome. It's a decent chunk. Definitely better than a sapling. Let's add that to the pile. Now we're gonna go over to Jab's find real quick. Hopefully it's grown a little bit, but probably not much. Alright, we are over to the swamp, which I guess is where Jab found the tree. Where is it? Oh, is that it? I think that's it. Yep. Good eye, by the way. I mean, it blends right into the rest of the trees, I think. Okay, it's not much, but let's get it back to the base. Oh god, oh god, what was that? Okay, I was about to say we got our spook tree back to the base. I'm almost back, Jab. I think Jab got that sawmilled out. Let's see the size of the piece. Hold on, I'm getting over here. Okay, I mean, it's not a bad piece. Not bad at all. Good thing we waited a little bit to let it grow. All right, let's continue. Oh, I think I just saw one. Yeah, there's a little bit of something over there. It's all the way in the tropics, but I think since we know there's one over there, might as well go grab it. And it looks pretty big, so I'm gonna go take a trip on the ferry. Looks like the ferry is not here, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit, and it's definitely gonna be night by the time we get there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there it is. I mean, from here, it looks pretty big. Yay, the ferry is finally getting here. It looks kind of spooky, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of awesome. You know when I said that I thought it was gonna be night when we got there? Yeah, it's been so long that the entire night has passed and now it's day again. Oh my. Oh wait, whoa. What? Bro. So there's a spook tree up there, but there's actually also one over here. This is actually awesome. We got two spook trees in the same server within view of each other. That is actually some good luck. So yeah, I think we'll just claim this real quick and we'll go up and get the bigger one because that's more likely to die sooner. And also we want to give that thing a little bit more time to grow. All right, up we go, up we go. Ooh, that thing is pretty massive. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh man, this is gonna be so much spook wood. I cannot wait. Dang. That thing is big. All right, let's go ahead and chop this. Make sure it's claimed. We don't want an exploiter to get this thing. Get my screenshot. And yeah, let's get this massive thing back to the base. Whoa, Jab, what are you doing? Flinging me away? All right, let's get this thing thrown off. There it goes. All right, let's get this thing in the truck if we can. This thing is so big. Okay, we've got this thing in the truck. I'm gonna go check on the growth of the other spook tree. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, we'll take it for sure. I guess we might as well wait until Hoover's here to chop it. Give it a little bit more time to grow. Jab just saw this branch on this tree. Do you see that thing? That is so tiny. Bro, it is literally like thinner than paper. Dang, this thing is pretty awesome, I will say. Alright, looks like Hoover is finally arriving. Let's go ahead and chop down this tree. And we can get these back to the base. Okay, it's time to get this carefully off of the dock. We don't want to catch on anything because we do not want this spook tree going into the water. Carefully. Why is there a tree there? I'm gonna actually... Alright, let's get this back here. Jab's got his tree. I've got mine. Okay, we have sawmilled both of those trees, and we've got quite the pile now. Let's add that to our collection. This truck is more than full at this point. It's crazy, bro. Oh dang, I just joined the server, and I found one growing right next to this person's base. I'm surprised they didn't take it by now, but I'm gonna load up. This is not a very big piece, but you know what? Every little bit counts. Let's just chop this up, sawmill it, and add that to our pile. Next server. Apparently Jab found a small spook tree in this server. There it is. Yeah, it's a pretty small one. Get this guy back to the base. Wait, Jab. Alright, Jab's got that sawmilled. Add that to the pile. Oh yeah. We're in a new server. Once again, those rocks are down, and ooh, I just found one. There's one up there. That's not actually a terrible size. Let me wall climb up there real quick. Oh, and it sounds like Jab just found one as well. Man, not a bad server. Here it is. Is it a sinister? Nope. Let's just claim it. And it sounds like Jab's gonna come over and check it out as well. Yay, Jab made it. Hello. Alright, let's get this back to the base, and then we're gonna go check out Jab's find. Okay, that one's sawmilled. Let's get that all added to the pile. And now we're gonna go check out Jab's find. He said it wasn't a very big tree, but it's worth getting, I'm sure. Oh, here it is. It's not too big, but you know what? It's also not the smallest one we found today. And let's get this one back to the base, and I think that's gonna do it for today. I think we've got sufficient spookwood. I don't know how much spookwood we're gonna need for this series, but we're both getting tired. Alright, let's get this one sawmilled. I don't know, is that... might be a little bit too long, we'll see. Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's not a bad sized piece. Alright, well, that's gonna do it. I'm not too dissatisfied with that. I think I'm pretty satisfied with the amount of spookwood we've found today. Alright, we are out of the end times event. Now I think the next task is to start stocking up on the limited items before they go off sale, because we don't have much time. Halloween is now over, so we gotta get to stocking up real soon. So the candy bags in Wood R Us are pretty expensive, so I think we're gonna start off by stocking up on the pumpkins. Because the jack-o'-melons are so cheap, I think we're definitely going to want to prioritize stocking up on those. Jab, you're gonna get squished. Jab! So we're gonna head over to Bob's Shack, and we're just gonna grab as many of these jack-o'-melons as we can. So I'm gonna back up my long truck right here, open that tailgate, and then I'm going to buy all of these pumpkins, and we can start getting these pumpkins into the bed of the truck through this window, which is a lot faster than trying to get them through this door. Luckily, we can buy 4 at a time. Sometimes it's only 3, so this is going to speed up the process a little bit. Each time we buy 4, it's over 2,000 lumber bucks though, so we are draining our money pretty fast, but each bag of candy costs about as much as 4 of these pumpkins, so the profit margins on these pumpkins are probably going to be a lot more. Alright, this should be the last load of melons. We have spent quite a bit. We're down to 40,000, but yeah, this truckload, after these go off sale, could sell for like 700,000 to a million. That's my estimate, but it could be even more, so it's definitely worth the long-term investment. That is assuming that we're able to get this back to the base without disconnecting. That would suck so bad. We spent half of our money basically on this truckload. Oh, jab. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to lower the bridge. The bridge just started going up. And over on my base, I think we have no space left, so we're gonna have to store this over on Jab's base, but luckily there is plenty of space over here for that. Alright, next we're gonna grab a few candy bags. We're not going to go too crazy with them though, because they are really expensive, like I've said. 3,000 actually each, which is more than 4 of the pumpkins. So I don't know how many we want, maybe just 4 or something. Uh-oh, I can't interact with that one. All right, that one's broken. Yeah, 11,000. Oh, Jab's got that one. Wait, how much is this gonna cost me? 14,000 for just 4. Yeah, that's like gonna drain my money so fast. We're probably better off just getting more pumpkins. Jab. I said I don't know if I want to buy all these. This is so expensive, bro. That's literally all of my money, bro. No, we can't afford even more. Jab, stop. We don't have enough money for all of this, bro. It's not even worth the investment compared to the investment of the melons. I think this is all we're getting. Bro, stop. I'm not draining all of my money. We need a little bit of money left. Bro, what are you doing? Jab. Wait, Jab, you did not just send me more money. Bro, we still don't even have enough money to... Bro, you're not chopping. Bro is chopping down an oak tree so we can afford to spend every last penny we have on these candy bags. Bro, what are you doing? 55 lumber, but bro's just going for more. This is gonna take a while at this rate, bro. We need 14,700 lumber bucks to afford the candy bags, bro. That's literally gonna be all of my money. It's not worth it. I don't know how you've convinced me to start getting trees, Jab. We're gonna be broke after this. No pain, no gain, bro. This is like unnecessary pain though, because we could spend all of our money on those pumpkins and probably get even more profit. We need 400 more lumber bucks. Bro, we're literally 3 lumber bucks off. Okay, let's get 1 tree, and I guess we're gonna spend all of our money on candy bags, bro. All right, there we go. We've got enough. I'm gonna be so broke after this. Bro's already got the candy bags waiting on the counter. Okay, yes, 30 lumber bucks remaining. It's basically as if I'm starting out again. We are literally so broke right now. I guess when the Steam shop opens, we'll have some variety though. That's good at least. Now we're transferring all of these because we're too broke to respawn our trucks. So we gotta make do with what we have. I guess now it's time to stop being so broke. So we're gonna have to go get some money somehow. Oh man, I don't think we have any dynamite, so I don't know if we can even get frostwood right now because we're too broke to afford that. We might have to resort to lava wood, honestly, which isn't gonna be too bad because we do have a bigger sawmill. Jeb's trying to do it without dynamite. I don't think it's working very well. Oh, there you go. You did it. You got 1. All right, now you've got like 3 others to get. Oh. Immediately got it. Okay, I guess icewood it is. Hopefully those boulders don't come back down by the time we're back down. I guess I'll leave this truck down here and then I'll hop in Jab's truck and we can go up to the Taiga Peak. All right, here we go. All right, we are up to the Taiga Peak. Let's just start chopping. Jab. Okay, I guess I missed my opportunity. I gotta walk all the way down now. I was not expecting that. This is a very long walk, Jab. Looks like Jab has started chopping the trees inside of the truck. This will probably honestly lead to less headaches. Alright, we have filled up both of our trucks, and I think that's actually all of the trees, which is surprising. I didn't think we were going to be able to fit all of the trees into our trucks, but yeah, there we go. We've got all of the wood into our trucks. If I can move, there we go. Alright, now we cross our fingers that we're going to be able to get through the boulders. What's the situation looking like over here? Yeah, that doesn't look very passable now, does it? Maybe I can actually squeeze through this way. I don't know if Jab can do the same, because he's got a taller car. But yeah, I managed to make it through. I'm gonna go get this all sawmilled up, and if Jab is still struggling, I might go grab some dynamite or something to help him out. But yeah, now I need to sawmill all of this. I'm actually going to reverse some of these conveyors so the wood doesn't start falling onto the ground. And I'm just gonna get all of this sawmilled real quick. Looks like Jab actually managed to make it so we don't have to worry about the dynamite at all. So now I can get my truck underneath here, and then we can toggle those conveyors to let all of the wood start flowing into the truck. There we go. I have a feeling, yeah, this is not gonna work out super perfectly, but actually that was most of the wood into the truck, so that's good. All right, we're gonna go sell this real quick because we are limited on the amount of bed space that we have. Alright, we have made about 10,000 lumber bucks off of that little truckload. It's not bad at all. Alright, let's go ahead and respawn this truck. That's gonna respawn that over there. And now I'm gonna get this right underneath this conveyor. And we can get the last little bit of icewood into the sawmill. Alright, that is all of the wood sawmilled. So it's time to get this all sold. I'm gonna estimate about 20,000 lumber bucks for all of this. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Not bad. That was almost like 30K actually. Not bad at all. As a quick recap, we got a bunch of end times axes, we hunted for spook trees, stocked up on limited items, and we got an extra 40K because we went a little bit broke after stocking up. In a while from now, all of the stuff that we got in this episode we'll be able to sell for way more than what we spent, which will really help us to build this steampunk style base that we're gonna start working on. But for now, I think that's gonna pretty much do it for this episode. Remember to check out the End Times Axe UGC link in the description, and I'll see you in the next episode once it's out. See ya!